FBI agents have told me from different places in the country that I've talked to, what Director Christopher Wray keeps telling us constantly is nothing about being honest. Be truthful about everything you say and do. But his big line, they tell me, is protect the FBI brand. And they make clear, they say he makes clear, and they follow up by their actions making it clear, that if there's somebody in the FBI doing something wrong, you better not report it to anyone but your supervisor. And then, I'm not going to get into some of these because I haven't had an opportunity to properly go through them to exclude identifying information. But those that complain to their supervisors I've seen the complaints, they're retaliated against. So it becomes very clear to honest, honorable law enforcement people working at the FBI, at least many of them, that when Christopher Wray says protect the FBI brand, he means don't you dare report anybody anywhere except your supervisor, and that way we can get rid of you. We can make your life miserable. We can get you out of the FBI. So it's only people who won't complain about lies, dishonesty, corruption, because the message seems pretty clear. We want people that will help us convict the people we want convicted, whether they're guilty or not. So I'm not going to get into all of the complaints that have been provided to me, the information, but I want to concentrate on one issue since Mar-a-Lago, the raid there by the FBI, again, they jumped the gun. Never, ever before has a former president had the residence raided. And it's very clear that with Director Christopher Wray and Attorney General Merrick Garland, here's the deal. If it's a supporter of President Trump, let's go after them, make their lives a living hell. Let's send the message out far and wide. You better back off supporting that guy, that former president, Donald Trump, or we'll come after you. We will come after your friends. And instead of doing what was done with people working with Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, who were given immunity agreements that would even include stuff like, we just want to see your laptop. And here's the deal we'll make with you. Instead of getting a search warrant, grabbing the laptop of Hillary Clinton assistants, they made a deal. We just want to look at your laptop, and here's our deal. We will not use anything we find in the laptop against Secretary Clinton, against you, against anybody. We just need to see what's there. That's all we're going to do. We're not going to copy it or anything. And we promise we won't prosecute you. I have never, ever seen a deal like that. Who would make that kind of deal except corrupt people in the Department of Justice and the FBI? Because what you do if you're law enforcement, you get the warrant, you seize the laptop, And if there's evidence of crime on there, as you believe there is, then that can be used to prosecute the people instead of giving them an immunity agreement that you'll not come after them at all. There were incredible deals made to protect Secretary Clinton and to protect the people that worked for her and to make sure they had no reason to testify against their boss. Because typically, law enforcement all over the country, all over the world knows if you're going to make a case against somebody at the top, whether it's the mob, whether it's a State Department, wherever, you make a case against people below and you say, okay, here's 20 violations, you're looking at 5 years, you're looking at 100 years, but we'll make a deal. We'll only pursue this charge that carries 2-year sentence if you will help us on the people above you, and you work your way up the food chain. That's the way great prosecutions have occurred against mob organizations, and it works the same way with any organization, except that the DOJ and the FBI chose to treat conservatives, chose to treat all of Donald Trump's friends, people that might have information against him. They were all treated very differently because there are two types of justice. Justice is no longer wearing a blindfold in Washington, D.C. And from some of the complaints I've seen, I used to think the problem was here at the national headquarters, but apparently it's not just the field office or the headquarters here. Because there has been so much corruption, it's spread over the country.